Hello friends, this is Ponniyin Selvan, Season 2, Episode 3. Quicksand, Fire Demon, Betrayal, Chasing. Kalki had used all the right ingredients for a spicy Season 2 entree. Eager to see what's on the main menu? Last week's episode ended with Poongulali and Vandiyathevan sneakily boarding the boat in the middle of the night and set sail to Ceylon. Let's see what is waiting in today's episode. The rolling swells of the sea stripped Vandiyathevan of the little courage he had gathered by swimming in the ocean earlier that morning. He tightly held onto the boom of the boat and shivered silently, whereas Poongulali so effortlessly and efficiently rigged the main sail and started rowing. The elegance and ease at which she handled the boat made Vandiyathevan look at Poongulali in a whole new light. Although Poongulali was doing a fine job, Vandiyathevan's chivalry didn't let him sit simply. In spite of his fear, in his eagerness to be helpful, he clumsily shifted to one side and started rowing too. The boat immediately took a U-turn and started tipping. Poongulali gave a stern look at Vandiyathevan, instructed him to stay still, and balanced the boat with weights, turned the boat around and set sail smoothly into the ocean. "Trust me and stop fidgeting. I'll get you safely to Ceylon," promised Poongulali. Since he had nothing else to do, as usual, Vandiyathevan started talking. You're really good at this. That's why your father suggested you for the job," said he. "Which father?" asked Poongulali. "The harbour chief. Isn't Tyagavidangar your dad?" asked Vandiyathevan. "That's on the shore. Once I step ashore, this mighty ocean is my father. I am the ocean's daughter," declared Poongulali with a nostalgic look at the moon. Could be some distant memory, thought Vandiyathevan, and asked, "Oh beautiful daughter of the ocean, why are all these weights hanging from everywhere?" So the boat don't shuffle too much during high waves," said Poongulali. "What? So the waves can get higher than this?" panicked Vandiyathevan. His vulnerability looked really cute to Poongulali, so she started pulling his legs. "Yeah, sometimes the waves can get high enough to swallow even a big ship. Our small boat won't stand a chance. You better keep Princess Kundavai's letter to the son of Kaveri safe." Vandiyathevan sat up at the mention of Arulmozhivarma. "I never said anything about any letter. I only said I'm going to fetch medicines for Sundarachola," said he sharply. In a flow, Poongulali had said too much. She bit her tongue and said, "When you were taking a bath in the sea, I read your letter." Vandiyathevan started becoming suspicious. Could she be one of the Pandya king's guard who's planning to assassinate the prince? But Poongulali wasn't having it. "Hey, why are you looking at me so suspiciously? I am the one who is doing you a favor here," she reminded him. Vandiyathevan stood up, walked to the edge of the boat and ordered, "Poongulali, turn the boat. It's better if we just part ways here." Poongulali replied, "Hand that letter over to me and I'll turn the boat right now." "So that is what you're after, isn't it? The letter. You will never get it," said Vandiyathevan, and jumped in the sea thinking he isn't too far from the shore. What he didn't realize was how deep the wind and the tides have already carried the boat into the sea. He immediately started drowning. Vandiyathevan vigorously kicked his feet, trying to find his footing, but he was in deep, deep waters and he struggled to keep his head up, gasping for air every time he came out of the water. It felt like the god of death was dancing over his head. This was his end. This is how he was going to die. From out of nowhere, a thunder struck on his forehead and he lost consciousness. What really happened was, only after he jumped did Poongulali realize that she had pushed him too far. She jumped after him into the waters to save him, but Vandiyadevan was too restless, trying not to sink. There was a good chance that he would grab onto her and drown her too. To rescue him, she needed him to calm down and stop fighting. So she gave a quick punch to knock him out. When Vandiyadevan regained consciousness, he was lying on the boat, his clothes partly dried. He immediately felt around his waist to make sure the letter was safe, and it was. Poongulali was humming a tune while casually rigging the sail. Now that he is calmer, he thought to himself, "Ah, did I rush into unwanted conclusions? If she was only after the letter, she wouldn't have saved me. She would have just fetched the letter from me and let me drown. Oh, why did I ruin the rapport between us? Fool!" He fumed to himself and slipped back into a slumber. When he woke up again, it was a bright morning and they were nearing the island. "This is Bhudathiva and that's Nagathiva," said Poongulali, pointing to two islands at a distance. "If you promise to not do anything stupid, I will walk to Bhudathiva and inquire about the whereabouts of Ponniyin Selvan. Otherwise, I can just drop you off in Nagathiva and you can find your own way," continued Poongulali. Vandiyadevan, eager to mend their relationship, quickly complied. "Nope, I will be good. You go and inquire. I will wait for you," said he. When she returned, she announced that the younger prince is in Mandottam and that Prime Minister Aniruddha Brahmarayar was visiting him. Poongulali hopped back onto the boat and started turning around to reach the other island, deep in thought. Vandiyadevan could guess that she is holding something heavy in her heart. Once they reached Nagathiva, Vandiyadevan stepped down from the boat, thanked Poongulali for everything and started walking away. Poongulali called him. "Were you serious about returning the favor? After delivering the letter, will you ask Ponniyin Selvan if he remembers the daughter of the ocean? Tell him I am the one who brought you here," said she. Vandiyadevan was puzzled as to how a prince knows a poor sailor girl like Poongulali. And she keeps mentioning that she hates all men and men cannot be trusted. Could it be that the prince broke this girl's heart? Wondered Vandiyadevan, but promised her that he would comply and started walking into the island. At the same time, on another shore, several Shivan devotees were surrounding someone and bullying the person into joining them. But out came the pole, waving up in the air, ready to strike at the first chance. Who else could it be other than our one and only Alvarkadiyan Nambi? Nambi is one to take offense at anyone who isn't a Vishnu devotee. How well do you think he will fare amidst a string of Shivan devotees claiming Lord Shiva was the only mighty god and Vishnu is just a distant young cousin? He had enough of their jeers and he decided to strike everyone, starting with the most annoying. That's when he heard the announcement of the arrival of Sundarachola's close friend, Nambi's commander and mentor, the Chola kingdom's prime minister, Anbil Aniruddha Brahmarayar. Yes, the same Aniruddha Brahmarayar who we have only been hearing about till now in this story. He arrived back from Ceylon with his armada, anchored the ship a few ways away, and reached the shore in his boat with his men. And the strangest thing was, even Aniruddha Brahmarayar had pattai, the religious markings of a Shivan devotee smeared all over his body. Nambi was dumbstruck, but Aniruddha just ordered Nambi to visit him in his chambers and kept moving on. After a short refreshment in his chambers, Aniruddha Brahmarayar sat to meet with the chiefs of Terinda Kaikkolar army. They are Sundarachola's personal protection detail. Since Sundaracholar was confined to his bed. They have been without a job for quite a while. So they wished to join with Arulmozhivarma's forces and fight in the Ceylon battle. But Aniruddha Brahmarayas replied, "Do not ease in your position. Do not let your guards down. The knife hanging over Sundaracholar's head is hanging much lower now. The Pandyas haven't fully forsaken their cause. They are still plotting to avenge their king Veerapanda. Their crown and crown jewels are being hidden in the Ceylon. Till we secure them, we haven't fully won the war. When the war is truly over, when the threat isn't real anymore, Arulmozhivarma will take his army north to join Aditya Karikalan's quest in conquering. I will definitely recommission you then," promised the minister and send them away. Arulmozhivarma does have a certain charisma. Ha ha ha, he thought to himself. Next order of business, he ordered Nambi to be let in. When Nambi came in, he deliberately looked up and down and said, "Om Namah Shivaya," quite sarcastically and pointedly. I understand what you're trying to say, Nambi. Let me stop you. These are just for appearances. I am still a staunch Vishnu follower only, said Aniruddha Brahmarayar. But that's not what I heard, sir. People think you sold your devotion for few measly land and gold from the king, said Nambi. People may talk whatever they want, but the transactions between me and the king are purely official. Also, I am his childhood friend, the one who has seen him through all his troubles and will be doing it for a long time now, said Aniruddha Brahmarayar with a big sigh, recollecting something. Looks like everyone has a secret, and I'm sure author Kalki will reveal them at the right time. Let's continue. Did you know when I went to Ceylon, I met with Arulmozhivarma, said Aniruddha. What? You met with a young prince? Asked Nambi excitedly. Even you are excited at the mention of the younger prince's name. Yes, I met him. And on my way back, I met with a wise man in the hills. You know what he said? Soon the Chola kingdom is going to expand in every direction, shared Aniruddha happily. He's safely settled in the hills, right? That's why he thinks that. Only I know what atrocities are happening in the kingdom, said Nambi in response. Oh, right. I completely forgot. What news have you brought? Inquired Aniruddha. Not here, my lord. Some of the things are earth shattering, warned Nambi. You want to go to the dungeons? Why won't you say it straight? Come, let's go, said Aniruddha Brahmarayar. And they both climbed down a few floors under to the silent room where no one can eavesdrop. Nambi is about to report everything he has gathered. After becoming aware of all the plottings and the schemings in the kingdom, what will Aniruddha Brahmarayar's next move be? Will Vandiyadevan succeed in his current mission? Let's wait and watch in the coming episodes of Ponniyin Selvan Season 2. Stay tuned to Kadhatellaporom channel. Bye!